Hi, lovely to have you here. Welcome to the Electro Revolution EV News Brief. Now, I'm just going to give a quick summary of today's episode so you know what to expect. In today's global electric vehicle news roundup, what we include is market shifts at Tesla as US EV sales slump, new BYD deals and production strategies, and BMW's latest charging network expansion. We take you across major developments in China's automotive safety testing, Malaysian EV production plans with XPeng, and a compact EV pickup challenge in the US. Towards the end of today's broadcast, we focus specifically on EV news relevant to Australia, and that includes milestones in charging infrastructure, local EV sales dynamics, which is a great thing to listen to, government incentive reviews, and notable EV model deliveries. We conclude with an amusing EV related story involving Tesla's Optimus robot going viral in London. So getting straight into it, here are the top EV stories from around the world that matter today, with specific developments from major brands and markets. First, Tesla is in the spotlight today as new data confirms a marked decline in US EV sales. According to recent automotive sector figures, US electric vehicle deliveries, including Tesla's core Model 3 and Model Y lineup, plunged sharply in November, reaching the lowest monthly sales tally since early 2022, despite the introduction of lower-priced base models intended to boost demand. Analysts note that these cut-price versions failed to reverse the downward trend, with total US EV sales declining by over 40%. Tesla's market share did rise modestly due to this broad market contraction, but the slump underscores growing competitive pressure and cooling demand after the removal of significant federal tax credits in the US. So in response, Tesla has reportedly expanded its sales and marketing teams to support its semi-truck program, suggesting strategic investments beyond traditional passenger EVs, even as some vehicle sales falter. Meanwhile, Tesla is offering steep end-of-year incentives in key markets, including 0% financing, extended free supercharging, and other purchase perks designed to stimulate late-cycle demand. The moves are aimed at avoiding another annual sales decline as the company balances EV deliveries with its broader bets on autonomous vehicles and robotics. In stock markets, Tesla remains volatile, with recent analyses showing both optimistic long-term pricing forecasts and cautious investor sentiment following its first downgrade in rating from Morgan Stanley in 2 years. That's a big deal. And now moving to China's BYD. BYD continues to generate headlines across multiple fronts. In Australia, the brand has launched limited time cashback offers on its popular Sea Lion 7 SUV, and not just the SUV but other models too. And that provides thousands in savings for December orders, while efforts are underway locally to approve even more affordable variants of BYD models for sale under the country's EV pricing benchmarks. Globally, BYD's diverse model lineup from compact hatchbacks like the Atto 1 and Atto 2, making EV price barriers even more accessible to rugged SUV variants. And that reflects the company's strategy of broad coverage across segments and price points. Industry insiders have also noted that the success of BYD's utilitarian vehicles, such as the Shark 6 Ute, is being viewed as an opportunity to expand into luxury-orientated offerings under the Denza brand, signaling a potential premium market play. And now moving to some BMW news. In a significant infrastructure development for EV owners in North America, BMW has secured official access to Tesla's Supercharger network. This agreement instantly opens thousands of DC fast charger plugs to drivers of BMW EVs, and that includes the i4 and iX models, alleviating a common concern about charging availability and range anxiety for non-Tesla BEVs. Now, this kind of charging interoperability could mark a new phase of cooperation among automakers in addressing one of the biggest barriers to electric vehicle adoption. And now moving to news from XPeng. Chinese EV maker XPeng revealed it is in negotiations with Malaysia's EP manufacturing BHD, EPMB for short, and that's to start local EV production, potentially setting up Malaysia as a right-hand drive manufacturing hub for ASEAN markets. This aligns with broader Chinese automaker strategies to diversify production and support overseas expansion amid domestic price competition. Now we come to Geely Auto. Geely Auto has launched a new $284 million safety testing facility in Ningbo, China, aimed at enhancing vehicle quality through stringent battery safety and advanced driver assistance system testing. The move is partly in response to tighter regulatory scrutiny following recent high-profile EV incidents and underscores the auto industry's increasing focus on safety and reliability as EV volumes scale up. Now let's talk a little bit about the US truck market. A novel electric pickup truck designed by famed SF designer Yes Behar is generating attention as a potential challenger to America's traditional love of large EV pickup. While details remain emerging, the concept vehicle emphasizes a smaller, more efficient footprint, potentially appealing to urban and suburban buyers seeking utility without bulk. Let's now talk a little bit about EV infrastructure and policy developments, especially in Europe, but also beyond. Now, charging infrastructure expansion continues, with US schools planning EV charging installations and broader policy debates shaping EV uptake. In Europe, EV sales growth remains strong overall, though policy environments continue to fluctuate with significant regional differences in incentives and fuel transitions. And now moving home to Australia. Let's talk a little bit about the EV market and infrastructure milestones. In Western Australia, a major EV charging milestone has been completed. A continuous 7,000 kilometre network of charging stations across 49 locations. That is massive. And that enables long distance EV travel across the state. And if you know Western Australia, it is an absolutely huge state. And that's one of the most extensive networks in the world. At the federal level, the Australian government has opened a review of long-standing EV incentives, including fringe benefits tax exemptions and tariff relief, with submissions invited through February 2026. This review may reshape the contours of EV affordability and market growth locally. Now, sales data for November, they indicate a rebound in EV sales share following earlier softness, with Tesla reclaiming strong positions alongside Chinese brands like BYD and Zeekr in the monthly sales rankings. Meanwhile, EV uptake continues to support state zero-emission goals, with more than 100,000 electric vehicles registered in New South Wales alone, and that reflects sustained growth in consumer adoption. Now, a quick announcement of Australia's cheapest EV ute. A recent evaluation of the Musso EV, and that's Australia's newest and among the most affordable electric utility vehicles, highlighted both strengths in design and practicality and ongoing gaps in charging infrastructure in suburban usage. Now, if you haven't seen this vehicle, I'll pop it up on the screen. It actually looks pretty good. And finally, a lighter EV moment. Tesla's humanoid robot Optimus drew crowds in a London shopping centre this week as it handed out popcorn and Christmas baubles to shoppers, becoming a social media sensation and a humorous reminder of how electric mobility tech has extended into unexpected corners of everyday life. Now, this wraps up today's EV brief for December 14th, 2025. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give us a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, share this content with someone who'd be interested, or just leave a comment. It really all helps. Until the next time, I hope to see you there. Bye for now.